Hi, I will talk about sociological imagination, which is stimulated by a willingness to view the social world from the perspective of others. It involves moving away from thinking in terms of the individual and their problems, focusing rather on the social circumstances that produce social problems. I want to provide an example about a fat and thin girl in our society because I have seen a lot about this problem. A girl tries to lose weight to look desirable according to the perception of the society. In order to be thin, she does lots of hard working and experiences severe health problems. Now, if you see this case in isolation, we will think that it's her personal problem and she is spoiling her life on her own. But if we apply sociological imagination here, we would realize that it's the obsession of society in general for the fair skin and thin body that has indirectly affected this girl. It is the media that represents society, portrays beautiful and desirable girls as thin and fair. This kind of representation affects many people directly or indirectly, as it happened in case of this particular girl. So we see a lot of cases like thin and fat girl in our society, which create lots of problem. So now I'll talk about the three skill analysis, which are micro level, macro level, and global level. Micro level mainly focus on the face-to-face interactions. This research is conducted with a specific set of individuals such as conversational partners, family members, work associates, or friendship groups. For example, we can say like how people negotiate social situations like job interviews or personal confrontation. It can be like personal talking with any other about any topic. On the other hand, macro level focuses on the properties on large scale, which looking at the big picture that includes historical change over dozens or hundreds of years. For example, the rise and fall of political system of a country or class hierarchies. Macro sociologists focus on society as a whole as something that is prior to and greater than the sum of individual people. I want to provide another example here. Like few months ago in US, there was like Black Lives Matter happened. So the discrimination, it was with the whole people, and because there was something happened with the black guy. So it's also a discrimination which affect the whole country. So I want to say it's also uh, part of the macro level sociology. And at the global level, focus on structures and processes that extend beyond the boundaries of a country or specific societies. At the global level, sociology studies such phenomena as population growth and migration, war and peace, and economic development. So I want to provide the example according to like international student. So as international student, I came Canada for economic development and getting higher education. So I think and I across the borders. So I think it's like a global level sociology. So now I will talk about the major sociological perspectives, which are functionalist perspective, conflict perspective, and interactionist perspective. Functionalist perspective is one of the major theoretical perspectives in sociology. It shows how society remains relatively stable and functioning as a whole. For example, if we think about child education, the government provides education for the children of the family, which in turn pays taxes on which the country depends. Actually, country depends on the tax which the normal people pays. So to keep it self-running, that is the family is depend upon the school to help children grow up to have good jobs so that they can raise and support their own families. So in this process, the children become law-abiding, tax-paying citizens who in turn support the state. If all goes well, the parts of society produce order, stability, and productivity. On the other hand, I want to provide another example, which is like if in a during recession, with its high rates of unemployment, and inflation, social programs are cutted. That means they reduce the social programs. School offers of also fewer their programs. Family tighten their budgets, and the new social order stability and productivity occur. So we can see all those through functionalist perspective. I want to add another thing to it, like how the government of Canada provide help to people who in need to stay at home without jobs, or getting less money from the job, by providing financial help during this COVID time to keep productive and stability of the country. So it's also another example. So I'll talk about the conflict perspective. So according to that, groups in society are engaged in a continuous power struggle for control of scarce resources. Conflict may take the form of politics, litigation, negotiation of family, discussion about financial matters. So conflict perspective, it can be happened in lot with across lots of problems. Interactionist perspective focus on how people interact with each other in the society. It can be interact with gender basis, because we know like how women interact with each other and how men interact with each other. It's totally different their way or the showing symbol. Okay, thank you so much.